Thanks for joining us. How was your guys' practice these last 2 days?
Great. We taking the right steps forward, doing what we need to do, get ready for BYU.
How would you say you guys played this past week? It was a pretty strong performance by the offensive line specifically. How would you say you guys did?
I think we did good, but I feel like we can do better at certain things, giving the quarterback more room to throw the football, making sure he feels safe back there in that pocket.
What about you? How do you think you played this past week?
I think I played okay, but I feel like I can play way better. I'm not. It's not up to my standard yet.
Has it been hard trying to, come back? You just started playing here recently, and you got to play yourself into shape a little bit. Has that been difficult?
No, it's not that. It's a little The in shape part is a little difficult to get back in because you can't practice that game speed. But other than that, no, I'm finding myself back to my rhythm, and feeling myself back in.
How hard has it been? Coach Lunny has said, they're trying to get 85, 90 snaps. That's a lot of snaps for offensive linemen. And how important is it, to be conditioned and, have some depth on that O-line?
That's the number one thing. That's the number one importance that we harp a lot about getting down, getting set, getting in shape. So yeah, being in shape is the one thing that we need to keep continuing and keep working on and stuff like that.
Okay, Greg, you're up.
Kevin, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm wondering how much practice time did you end up missing at this, like through fall camp or leading up to the season?
It wasn't. I was missing practice. It was just I wasn't ready to play yet. So I was cut down a little bit on the reps, but I didn't miss practice at all.
So were you able to keep up that conditioning standpoint, or is I'm sure game reps are completely different from what you might get in that kind of setting?
I feel like I was in shape for practice, but I wasn't there yet for game. It's just hard to get those game reps in practice. It's hard to accumulate that. It's a little harder to do that.
How much time does it take to get up to top form? When do you feel like you might kind of hit your stride?
This week, I feel like I'll be back and ready this week. This is a big week for everybody on the line.
What's the difference? How do you know when you've hit that point or when you're ready to be at your top peak?
You never know. It just happens. It's like a blink. You never know when your top peak gets there. You just got to be ready for it and keep working to it.
What's been the process like of sort of building chemistry on the offensive line? You got some new guys and then a couple of guys in new positions.
Really, I would say communication. It's like a different communication. All right, I got to talk to him. This guy right here different than I talked to some of the cats last year. So it's just a big communication thing and getting to know each other outside of football. And
yeah. How do you go about building that? Where does that come from, or how does that improve?
Just getting extra film, calling my buddy, come up here, let's talk about this. Doing things outside of football, making sure we stay as a family, working as one.
What can you tell us about Mekhi Hart? We're getting to see a little bit of him for the first time now.
Beast. He's a beast. I like him. I really like the way he plays. He's smart. He came in, would you say, he's older, so he's ready to go. And he's catching on. He wants to learn and stuff like that. So, yeah, I like playing with Mekhi.
Did you see right away that he might be a guy that could contribute, or what was your first impression of him?
Yeah, from the jump, he was more mature than most people that come in. And he was catching on quick, learning things, and hey, I'm gonna do this footwork instead of that footwork. So he was just more mature about everything. So yeah, I seen it from the jump with him.
Like I mentioned, we've seen through a few weeks kind of some guys moving around. Spencer switch sides and Mekhi getting in the mix, and yourself coming back. Do you feel like right now you guys have found the right group of offensive linemen that you like, or do you think we might see some more shuffling as time goes
on? That's a good question. I think we might have found it, but it's other cats that still want to play and get in, like B. Ralph, Demetrius Allen, Pastucci, all those guys. We just trying to find those five, but we still got enough to play with seven if we have to play with seven.
Hey, JJ.
Hey, Kevin, what's it like playing next to Maka? Coach said he had a pretty good game this past week. Can you just tell us, what it's like playing next to him?
He brings the physicalities for the O-line. He makes sure it's there. playing with Maka, you know he gonna come with it, so you got to come with it, and there's no way but to come with it because you know Maka's playing physical, and he gonna do what he's supposed to do. So it makes everybody step up their game a little more playing with Maka.
Is it different blocking with the different quarterbacks? Is there any difference from you guys from a standpoint of who plays?
It might be a little different from Frank because Frank can get out the pocket and read from outside the pocket, but with everybody else, we just got to make sure they feel comfortable. That's the big thing, making sure they feel comfortable with the way we're blocking.
Hey, Greg, you want to wrap this up?
Sure. So, Kevin, what stands out about BYU? Coach Traylor was saying they have a lot of size and experience in the trenches that you guys are going to be up against.
The D-line stands out. So it's going to be a big game for us. Make sure we're getting technique sound, feet work, putting hands on people, making sure we making sure Frank is safe back there and doing what he needs to do to win.
What can you and the other offensive linemen learn and gain from facing a group with that level of talent?
You can learn where you are in football, where you stand, or you can go out there and kill, and know that you can compete with those guys. So really, it's going to show you exactly where you are and what we need to work on and what we don't need to work on, things like that.